You ever listen to a native English speaker and think, wait a minute, I swear they just pronounced that word differently a second ago? Yeah, it happens all the time. And honestly, it can be super confusing. But don't you worry. In this explainer, we are going to crack that code with one simple golden rule.
All right, let's just dive right in, shall we? You know, the best way to really get a handle on this puzzle is to hear it in action. So, I'm going to show you a sentence. It looks pretty simple, but trust me, it holds the entire secret to this whole pronunciation mystery.
Okay, here it is. I want to present you with a present. Did you hear that? Same exact spelling, right? P-R-E-S-E-N-T, but two totally different sounds. We have present, and then we have present. So what's going on here? Why does this happen? There's got to be some logic to it, right?
Well, it turns out present is not alone, not by a long shot. English is actually full of these, let's call them two-faced words, that completely change their sound depending on how they're being used. So to solve this little mystery, let's gather up a few more clues.
So here's our first clue, the word record. Now, when it's a noun, like a vinyl R record you play, or, a police R record, the stress is right up front, arcard. But when you use it as a verb, like you're going to record a video, the stress just jumps to the back, record. Interesting, right?
Okay, let's check out another one. Object. When you're talking about a physical thing, it's an object. See that? Stress on the front. But if you disagree with someone, you're going to object to their idea. And boom, the stress moves to that second syllable. The pattern's starting to get a little clearer now, isn't it?
And for our last clue, let's look at the word contest. You can enter a spelling contest. See, the stress is on that first part. Or you could contest the results if you think something was unfair. Again, that stress shifts right to the end. So, are you starting to hear what's going on here, that underlying rule?
All right, we've got our clues all lined up. Present, record, object, and contest. Let's connect the dots here and see what pattern starts to emerge. So just take a second to think about it. In every single one of those examples, where did the emphasis, the stress, fall when the word was a thing, a noun? And where did it fall when the word was an action, a verb?
This leads us right to the big reveal. There's one simple, really powerful rule that governs all of these words. And I promise, once you see it, you will never be confused by them again. It's time to learn the golden rule of pronunciation.
And here it is, folks. It's this simple. Noun stress first, verb stress second. That's it. For these two-syllable words, when it's a noun, you stress the first syllable. When it's a verb, you stress the second. It really is as simple as that.
This pattern actually has an official name. It's called the noun/verb stress shift. And it's a super consistent rule you can totally rely on for these kinds of words. Just remember that little mantra. Noun in front, verb in back.
Okay, so knowing the rule is one thing, but actually using it, that's where the magic really happens. Let's take a look at how this little piece of knowledge becomes your new pronunciation superpower, giving you instant clarity and a whole lot of confidence. Okay, you can basically think of this as your cheat sheet. Take a look at the word export. The thing that you send overseas, that's an e-export. But the action of sending it, that's to export. Or how about permit? You need a permit to park your car, right? And that piece of paper permits you to park there. See? It works every single time. Noun in front, verb in back.
So, why does this matter? Why is mastering this one little rule such a big deal? Well, because it's basically a key to unlocking the next level of your English. It's going to help you sound way more natural and fluent. You'll avoid those common miscommunications, you'll speak with so much more confidence, and you'll find it way easier to understand native speakers when they use these words without even thinking about it.
You see, learning this one rule really just opens the door to so much more. English is just packed with these little hidden patterns and shortcuts. And knowing them isn't about being perfect. It's about making communication easier and way more effective. So that really just leaves one question, right? What other hidden rules of English should we uncover together next?